You already know what it is. It's the initiates here on a YB Monday. It is Moon Day Mystic Day where we look at the astrology for the week, offer some live questions, some readings, things of that nature. So go ahead, take your shoes off, roll up, get comfortable. Uh, if you cooking dinner, this is a good podcast to cook dinner too. You said it sounds off like you can't hear me type shit.
No, you good now. The way you started, it was just muffled.
Oh, okay. I already know what the problem is, but y'all can go introduce yourself. I'm about to take care of something.
Sacred Serpent, Sacred Dark Serpent, Initiates for the Flame, Substack, moondaymystic.com. Um, the Flame Shop is up for instruction. We redoing some things, so that's going to be a different site by the end of the week. Um, Spiritual Business Academy is in every day. Sign up, get in, get what you need. We are also in the process of generating more content, more classes for you guys. So be on the lookout for that coming down the pike real soon.
Peace to the tribe. Welcome to tonight's show. It's the Initiates for the Flame. SBA, you know how we come in, Moon Day Mystic. And of course, shout out to the Substack, the Initiates for the Flame. Shout out to the White Rabbit Substack. Make sure y'all tap into that. And of course, shout out to Sound Soul Libraries, my Substack. We can dive into what I got going on. Talk about, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't got no SRTs or nothing like that, so don't think that was me. But with all that information we just dropped, we ready just to tap in tonight. We got the chart going. We got the links at the bottom. We got 3 initiates here. So tap in, rock out, and of course, drop them dates, drop them cities, drop them birthdays, drop them numbers, hit my DM too.
Wait, hit your DM for what? They about to.
Oh, like for reading or something, whatever they
Oh,
do.
okay. You gotta be specific, AD. You know the girls
I mean,
they
the
take
DM
it to
open,
heart.
man. You can just talk to me. I'm listening.
What you say? Yeah, I'm single. Yeah, I'm single, and I ain't tripping on nothing. I got my homeboy say I got a bad one coming tonight. That
Tonight.
type shit. Oh hell no. But yeah, man, do I sound better?
Oh yeah, you sound way perfect. You sound perfect.
All right, cool, man. Let's just look at this chart, man. There's some things going on, man. Mercury has went direct today, so that means that since July, beginning of July, from now, Mercury hasn't been in retrograde in the third and second deacon of Cancer. Have you been feeling that energy? Chat. Have y'all been feeling that energy? If so, let us know. I like that one. I came. That one was a natural one. Have you been feeling the energy though, AD?
Yeah, I've been feeling the energy for sure. One thing about this energy is more as in like, you know, love life shit, bro. Like, and I feel like just the energy around that. You see everybody in their relationship quarrels. You seeing dudes who cracking shit. Not literally, but I'm just saying figuratively. You better not be watching that. But all of this being said, I mean, Mercury is on that last bit of the cups of the 2 of cups, going on to the 3 of cups, abundance. So that's why I'm saying that energy of love, in our relationships, dealing with cancer, family. But all that being said, what about y'all? What y'all feeling on? What y'all thinking about? Because Mercury could tap into all types of things besides just where is that in the chart.
Um, I'm paying attention to crash out in certain relationships, and it seemed to be even more evident when you start to see the celebrities going through it too at the same time.
Hmm. For me, man, this been like in my 10th house, so it's like I've been really kind of low key going through it, but I have a way of like going through shit where I'm like, damn, I'm handling this better than how I feel. So it's like I just been like just trying to empower myself. Like it'd be times where I'd be just thinking like, damn, like that old version of me will come to the surface a little bit. Like, damn, like I'm ready to crash out or I'm ready to get a brick or two or something like that, you know. But I just be like, you know what, like keep your wits about yourself. And with that, I always feel like I'm gonna look back on this time and we're like, damn, that time where I could have crashed out, where I could have just went crazy, I still had faith in a vision. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel ultimately. So it's like whatever I am going through, it's like I could be going through some crazy shit, but I don't feel it. If that like I know I'm supposed to feel it, but I know like shit is changing for the better. So I'm just holding on to that mindset regardless of what's happening. And not to like resolve any accountability or anything, because that's the thing. I'm not going to do that, meaning I'm not going to crash out. But shit is like, you know what I'm saying? Shit is real to the point where I'm thinking, like, damn, I got to be better at me, if
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
One
I
thousand
can't,
percent.
I can't let nothing hold me back for real.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just a real. I'm telling you, I swear, I put like people don't really give a fuck about it, but I'm telling you, this was the most powerful Mercury retrograde I've ever experienced in reference to where it took place at in my 10th house. You know what I'm saying, of career.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to be really, like literally humble for real. I'm not even gonna lie to you, like straight up. So now I'm at a place where I'm hungry. I want it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I'm emotionally leveled too. Like I know I'm not about to crash out over nothing. I know I'm not about to like misappropriate my emotions. Like I'm locked in. You know what I'm saying? Because the streets made me this way. If that you know what I'm saying? Like it's like damn, I'm not about to waste no more opportunities or like I don't know, it get deep with me, but that's kind of how I've been processing it over these past couple of days because shit's real to me. Like it's real. The spiritual shit, bro, it'd be real. So it'd be like, damn, you gotta counteract that shit because the spiritual shit to me is not always positive. Sometimes that shit knock
Yeah.
me on my ass, and I have to be like, what the fuck? Gotta recalibrate.
And when we think about Mercury, it does represents that trickster aspect, and like I feel like the trick about spirituality is what you just said. People get into this and think it's gonna be love, light, glory, awakenings, blessings, manifestations, but it's like, nah, you finna get woken up to the shit that you neglect. You finna be opening up to shit that's probably gonna make you depressed, make you feel like your reality's been shook, and a lot of people can't handle that. You know what I mean? People got fucked up when they realized Jesus was a scam.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas can't handle that, man. They go right back to it from how traumatized they are.
I mean, people have a problem with coming to the realizations of their religious beliefs, and at the same time, people have a problem with um, even in the face of tangible evidence, telling them that you're not from Africa. So it's the same thing like with Jesus. Like people hold on, especially melanated people, they hold on to Africa like for dear life. So I kind of view those things as the same.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was in retrograde in my ninth house. So it it's one of those things where I ended up questioning everything that I thought I knew just um, because it had to be held up to the light and hadn't been held up to the light in a while. And that's what this retrograde did for me. Like I had to, um, sort of like a mirror within a mirror. You have to focus on the edges to know that you're actually looking at the particular picture as opposed to looking at a reflection of it. And um, yeah, for me, it's just been about holding up long-standing beliefs and seeing if they still stand up.
Yeah, for sure. Because I definitely have a tool belt that I pulled into a lot during these past month. Like I was reading books and all types of shit. Like just really tapping the fuck in because I had to. And when I would tap in, it would be like, all right, that's a little relief. But retrograde was so real, I couldn't just tap it a few times. I had to keep rubbing that bitch. Like, and then towards the end of it, my tricks wasn't working. So I'm like, I'm sitting here just a nigga for real.
Mm-hmm,
A
mm-hmm,
nigga just looking in the mirror.
mm-hmm.
Like, who are you? You know?
Just
Your
bare.
tricks not your tricks not working. You don't have tricks, Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
You you're not who you think you are.
Those
You
weren't.
have to really.
Yeah, like those weren't yours. Like you were reaping the
Yeah,
benefits.
yeah, you're not. You're a nigga. Was freaking a black and mild walking up and down Broad Street. Let's bring it back.
Let's bring it back to reality.
You gotta really get
Oh
clear
shit.
with your power source,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't go so far away from it. And a deeper thing that I'm just like, all right, cool. Like I'm not even mad about it. I'm. It is a fucked up month, but shit, what can I realized like I couldn't do nothing about it.
Yeah, this is part for the
If
course. You gotta ride with it.
like you can't control spirit, you gonna work with spirits and then what? So once again, if you like shit that is you can control, get the fuck out of here because you're gonna be in a situation where it's audio control. When it's good, but when it's bad, you have to have that same levelness because it ain't gonna be bad forever. And I'm like, okay. It's like for real, it was crazy because it was like I just didn't do nothing. So I didn't do nothing, but what like a lot of money was coming in, but I wasn't doing shit, so it didn't hurt me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my problem is, bro,
What's
I
that?
do too much.
Yeah, I could have told you that. I could have told you that.
So of course,
And not to cut your wisdom, but I don't know how often Hood Mystic stops to smell the roses. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that because you are always busy. You always got a project you working on. You always trying to level up. Very rarely do I contact you and you just be like, "Yo, I'm just shooting the shit. I'm chilling." Never do you hear that from Hood Mystic.
it's not something I've been doing that shit this week though. I can't do nothing. But it's crazy because life is crazy because you don't have to spend money. You don't gotta be out in the mix. You can just chill. You can work on shit. You can go to school. You could do a whole. You don't gotta be out here doing shit. So I'm like, it ain't that bad for real. You know what I'm saying? I've been just drinking lemon water, drinking tea, like working out, like not really doing shit because I can't. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and I'm like, I can't, nigga. And I'm like, I can't even finesse or nothing. I'm just in a space where I gotta like really be like, all right, What you gonna do, Kyrie? How you gonna handle it? And it's like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. Oh, you gonna do that? Okay. You figured it out. All right, you good now. And then shit go back to normal shit, regular and shit, whatever, you know. But it be like real when the shit just clamp down on you, because you
Mm-hmm.
gotta like reflect on like, oh, it's spirits around this bitch that's really in control, and that's why I be on. But the ego is like operating like, oh, well, what if this happened? What if
Yeah,
that happened? You gotta protect yourself in this way because this, that, and the third. And it's like, nigga, shut the fuck up. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
All the fake probabilities the ego wants you to contemplate.
yeah, shut up. So I had to go back to the basics. The power of the subconscious mind. The trick of money is having some. Abraham Hicks.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga cracking them open, taking notes. Like, yeah, like I ain't never read this shit before. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you read it 10 times. Now you got to read it 11. Like,
Yeah.
niggas be like trying to go above and beyond, but it's like, shit, that shit not going to work.
What, bro? Like, what if I told y'all the advanced shit is in the basics?
It has to be.
Always been, always been. But what is the what is the slow crawl that is the mundacity of life, right? People get annoyed with the mundane in their life, and then sometimes ultimately turn around and just don't want to do any of it. But that consistency instills discipline. That discipline then alleviates you from having to do dumb shit because you just out here type shit. Like Hood said, when you just hone in on your regular every day, sometimes that's all you actually have to do.
Mm. And then in the small moments in between, you enjoy. Like, you just feast on it. You
Mhm.
immerse yourself on it. And shit, I'm still doing my regular shit. It's just that I just feel like super wise because I didn't know I had this in me. Cause
Yeah.
I would operate at a level to where I would just be good. But I didn't feel like I was good because I would be like, well, what if this happened? I got this, and if that happened, I got that. But when you take all of that shit away, I didn't crash out. Like, it was times, bro. I could have just I didn't know what to do for real, but I just stayed centered because that's all I knew what to do. So it's like I know. So if I know, like in my mind, I could go into different dimensions, and I know like if niggas was going through shit, I understand why they crashed out because shit, I was there too. I just have so many things in my tool belt to help me get through this type of shit. But once again, that's why I try to do what I do because people just be acting like this shit is a game. It's not a game. But then when the shit hits the fan, you can't fight, you can't yell, you can't cry. You gotta face whatever it is that you need to face. You gotta handle it. And in 2025, I feel like we went so far into a world where we not dealing with the true shit no more. We comfortable with the surface level of shit, and it's like, bro, that shit ain't gonna get us nowhere. And it's easy to get sucked up into it because I don't know. It seemed like it's some type of witchcraft, mind control shit that's really taking place in the world for real, as of late. To whereas we can't even get into our spiritual shit no more, like we could have been back in the day. Maybe it's me.
Nah, bro. It's the truth because it's like what you say. Your mind is going to different dimensions. It's like when we think about multiverse talk and TV shows and shit, we can really be in that sleep through meditation. But it's like niggas look at that shit as just TV shit, or it's just that, or who cares? You know, you got to be on some mushroom taking bullshit to be thinking like that. And it's like, nah, that's where our ancestors been this whole time before we had TVs and all this bullshit, as you can per se. But your
Mm.
toolkit has to be wide, right? because it's like you're gonna have basics. There's gonna be times where you have to step into that phase. It's like, all right, I gotta embrace the new shit. You know, you might be thinking about, I should be doing this until your spirit gives you the confirmation and you're gonna do it.
And the thing of it though is painful. That's the thing. And if you don't know how to understand that pain as transcendence, then that cocoon feel like a prison, and you feel like you need to just free yourself before you even fully develop. So it's like, yeah, it is a level up. It's an ascension. But man, I'm telling you the truth, nigga. It do not feel good.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm.
It don't feel good, bro. I'm telling you, to really sit and be like, what I'm doing is wrong and I need to do something right, and then you figure it out, and then you have to then make those changes. You
Mhm.
have to like really practice. And I feel like this energy is so powerful because it's like you have to practice utilizing your mind and your emotions. And if you have no space between your emotions and you,
Mhm.
I know you was cooked.
Yeah, because you can't tell the difference. You don't know up from down. That was a theme too for me this week. I kept whispering to myself, at least in the morning times, fuck your feelings. Like, fuck your feelings. Because your feelings are gonna lie to you. And when you're disconnected or you got a very light connection to source, like it's very easy for your emotions to make you crash out because you don't have a particular thing or things aren't going a particular way that you want them to go. And so I had to remind myself often this week, fuck your feelings.
Yeah, and then you get another level of the understanding. And it was like, all right, panic, but what is that going to do?
Hmm.
Go into the deep side of the ocean, and then what? But it's
Hmm.
like, bro, your emotions is real because before you deal with them, you dealing with everything that could possibly go wrong, and you have to like process it at a certain level.
Hmm.
So what I'm saying is, we tend to not deal with shit, and then when shit hit us, that's when a nigga get highly emotional because they
Hmm.
didn't ever really. Is what I'm saying making sense? They
It
didn't
makes
process
perfect sense.
negativity.
You're talking
Before.
about emotional and mental deregulation. And the average person doesn't have that capacity. I wouldn't say they don't have that capacity. I would say that the average person hasn't necessarily tapped into that capacity within themselves.
I mean, it got to be disciplined. It got to be honed. It got to be whipped into shape. It's like meditation. You just don't pick that shit up and be able to meditate for hours. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, but like Hood's saying, there are some people that have zero discipline in their fucking life. So that means this past week that just occurred was really hard for those fucking people. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like they never had any discipline. So this time wasn't gonna make them have discipline.
Nah, nah. It's like a perfect storm of having to deal with yourself in a way that's not you're not conscious in the ways that you truly need to deal with yourself. So what
Mhm.
am I talking about? When you're 20, right? 24, 25, whatever you doing, you assuming that it's right, even if you know it's wrong, but you justify it as I'm 20.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm young. I'm a young nigga. It's the OGs. The OGs, they talking that talk, but me, I'm a young nigga, so this, that, and the third.
Mhm.
You're not rational about it in a way that you really need to like not even assume that you 20. You need to assume that you 80. Cause that's what you're gonna be. So what type of 80-year-old man do you want to be? So you don't want to be fat and you don't want to be weak. Cause you ain't never seen a fat, weak 80-year-old
Ever.
in your life.
Ever.
You never seen it. Fat and weak get you to 50, 60.
at
It
best.
ain't even, it ain't getting you to 70.
Mm-mm.
So if you 30, 40, and you fat and weak,
Mm-hmm. We got some work to do, nigga.
when you get to 50, your testosterone is completely depleted if you ain't even engaging in it in your 40s. So it's a lot of things that's at play right now that your mental is not specifically telling you like, nigga, you gonna get old and weak, so we better be like really taking care of our body right now. You don't get it.
Yeah,
It's like,
your mental hasn't
That's
necessarily caught up to the physical yet.
or the emotional, because imagine how it feels to be old and weak and not be able to piss, and
Yeah.
you might be 70 and can't, and you wearing a diaper but you live to 96. If you
Word.
said 15 years of pissing and shitting on yourself.
And people changing my diaper, like that's crazy, nigga. Kill me now. What? Oh my god. I just can't. I can't, Hood. I can't.
So when I'm 40, I'll be 41 this year. When I'm drinking tea every day, when I'm like working out every day, I'm constantly thinking about that person that I'm going to be
Mm-hmm.
every day. Money, I don't care. Like now that I'm like, I've reached the point of 40, it's like I don't even care about women the same way. In the
Nope.
ways of like, you look good,
Mm-hmm.
but that's don't matter. But
That is
when I
it.
was young and not psychologically into my mental or emotion, I would
Mm-hmm.
get moved by the slightest array of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But now it's like I train my mind now to look at motherfuckers and not even have an emotional reaction. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Mm-hmm.
could just look at a person and be like a human.
Yeah. 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 I don't remember. I don't remember the last time I saw a really good looking woman that mattered. Like I just don't, right? Like those dots don't connect for me anymore. And so when I think about it, just like what you described, like I'm envisioning it because I've experienced that. I'm going through that. I've gone through it, right? And I'm just saying to
Mhm.
myself, like, it doesn't translate the way it used to. Like you said, there was an emotional connection almost immediately, or an emotional inference almost immediately off of the visual components to it. But once you get past that, like, yeah, now I see a really good looking girl or a really good looking woman, and I say she's somebody's problem, it ain't mine.
Mhm.
That that's how I give it up. Like it doesn't move me, motivate me anyway. Like when I was a young dude, it was either I'm going to try and get some, or let me see if somebody else then got some. But now it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, I could do without it, bro. Like every single day, I could do without it.
Yeah, is like you gotta, and I think we talk about relationships, which I said earlier, like having a relationship with the innermost is very, because like if it was times, bro, I was in the shower and I was like, okay, this is what it means to trust in God. I get it now. It's easy to trust in God when things is going good for you. And a lot of times I don't realize how good I had it because I could be way more grateful for shit.
Mhm.
So with all of that being said, it's just like, damn, you don't really understand God through your younger, more positive years when things is clicking for you, when everything feels right and good, and you can't perceive of a world where things won't be the way that you have it because the ego is like, it's us, we did this. But it's like,
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
didn't do nothing. So once you get to this point, it's like, Hmm. I understand how to really navigate through this matrix, and it's not to be emotionless, but to not allow anything to have a contact with your emotional field. Not money, not success, not girls, not none of that should be able to hit your core emotion.
Shouldn't pierce that field at all. You're right.
If you love God, you should be able to be like, oh, you pulling me this direction. I see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. You get up and don't even question it. You just go.
You changing me in this way. Oh, okay, this is how I need to start changing. Like,
And the opportunities to follow spirit, right? Like it's super subtle, but if you're tapped in, you notice the subtleties. Like you notice the change in direction and change in course, and which part of that you're supposed to jump on in order to go with it. You notice those things. But if you don't have any connection to any of those things from within, then yeah, it you cooked out here. Because ain't nobody coming to save you.
You gotta start somewhere. Don't wait till tomorrow. Start today. Shit, start after the podcast.
Yeah, don't wait for
And
some.
take you should be taking notes this whole time so you can start immediately right now, honestly.
Don't wait for decisions to be made for you.
It's either day one or one day.
Ooh, ooh, I like that.
Not for real, because it's like Pluto in Capricorn. And it's like I'm pretty sure it's still on the two of disc. So it's just like shit. Until you step into that change, I mean, honestly, like learning from the people around me, family members, and looking at life, I'd rather accept change and let change flow instead of not accepting change and let it change happen to me unexpectedly. Because it's like that shit sucks. When the rugs pull from on your floor and you hit your face, it hurts. But when you move out the way and let someone pull the rug, and then you put a new one down, you can sit right back on the couch.
Yeah. Hmm. You say you pulled a card today?
Yeah, the high priestess, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like one thing about the high priest that I spoke about earlier is the veils. Like we got to be able to look beneath and look past shit. We are stuck on a surface level area where her was breaking down. So when are we going to get deep? When are we going to start shoveling? You know what I'm saying? To go through the rabbit hole, all you gotta do is go through it. That's it.
Just go through it.
Just go through it.
I got the hermit. Um, stands upon a mountain path, lantern in hand, not to lead others, but to navigate the sacred terrain within. This card of today's moon share the same frequency withdrawal, not as escape, but as a conscious step into the silence where the inner voice grows the loudest. The hermit teaches that solitude is the forge in which the gold of self realization is smelted. That was a powerful energy. And I don't remember too many people talking about how powerful that energy was this past week.
mhm.
And I think that says a lot because we were joking in pregame about how niggas chalk up everything in the world's ills to Mercury retrograde.
Mhm.
But this most recent Mercury retrograde was the most impactful that I've ever experienced, and nobody said anything about it. What say you on that, big bro?
Mhm. I think when you are really experiencing something,
Hmm.
you experiencing it, and when I'm gonna say the same thing twice, but I can only say it this way. When you experience something, you experiencing it. And when you experiencing it, you experiencing it. And you can't do nothing else but experience it.
Mm-hmm.
So spiritually, when we talk about Mercury retrograde, the idea of it is when it is over, you retrograde and like, oh shit. Like the only thing that I knew is because I feel like very spiritually in tune and I'm used to like getting my way a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times. Like I'm just used to
Mm-hmm.
that I had to start investigating why shit wasn't going the way that I wanted it to go. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't how this shit goes, nigga.
So the
Like
sorcerer's tricks didn't work this time around.
no, nigga, I had the cat bones and the fucking cat claws and the shit didn't work, nigga. So fucking chicken widgets. It didn't work. The cinnamon sticks, niggas, nothing was working, nigga. And
Not
then,
the
and then
lavender,
niggas
not the
like
mugwort, nothing.
nothing. The wormwood, nigga, nothing worked, nigga. I just had to do it because I wanted to at that point. Like I even, it's just like at a in nigga, it's so crazy. Like if you ever have your quote unquote worst fear come to
Mm-hmm.
light, and you have to sit in that emotional
Mm-hmm.
turmoil. The craziest part is day 3 when you just stop giving a fuck. Like I was like, what the fuck? I thought my head was about to explode.
You
You
went
know
through
what
the
I'm saying?
seven
And
stages of
then
grief
it's
in
just
three
like
days.
you just stop caring. And you're like, okay. It's not like it disappears, but
Like,
not caring allows you to look at the situation differently and give you a solution to said
Mm-hmm.
problem. Caring about the problem is going to make that shit
It's only,
10
it's
times
only going
worse.
to exacerbate the issue. Like that shit is
So yeah,
what you
it's a
focus on expand. So like that shit is only going to expand it.
100%. It was always about maturing and having like principles and like knowing that I'm like, I mean, I know I'm crazy, but I know I'm not crazy, if that
You
makes
got
sense.
crazy tendencies.
Yeah, I know the areas for which I'm crazy as fuck at, but then there's certain areas where I know I'm on top
Yeah.
of that shit. So it's like if you feel as you on top of your spiritual work and things not working out for you, then the next level is saying this is how things are supposed to be right now. I have to accept it so I can begin to change it.
Acceptance. So it sounds like you describe acknowledgement and then acceptance. Like you had to immediately get to acceptance, otherwise you wouldn't have been able to move through.
Nah, I mean, I'm like I said, I've been in prison, so it's not the worst shit I've ever been through. It's just like I just know that I'm gonna make it through. So that part when it's not, if you walking up the steps and it's like a missing step there, you like what the
Mm-hmm.
fuck, right? So you just like, but I'm still on the fucking steps. I'm not about to fall down. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like yo, but it's like a part of. I guess it's just a part of like you get so used to stepping up the steps that shit. Stay
Mm-hmm.
present. Don't forget what you're doing this for. Like yo, what's your goal in this particular paradigm, and understanding who you are and what you need to do. Come on now. If you're not doing that, then you get caught up on this shit. But when you do it, it's easy. So I know what I'm supposed to
Mm-hmm.
do, right? I just have to do it. So whatever it gets confusing a lot of times when I'm focusing on other
It's not,
shit. But then I don't know how to impact. But now I'm getting closer to like knowing. And so it's like, yeah, all right, let's just lock in.
is that like a schism though that's created if you don't know the difference between the two? Like if you don't know that,
I mean,
that little pocket that you just described, if you don't know that you're there,
like, really think about it though. You don't know why you're down here, right? And so to simplify it, it's not a hard thing to wrap your mind around, and it's not a thing to where you be like, well, yeah, that nigga over there is that, but not me. Your job down here is to uplift humanity.
Period. You're not down here. You're not
Simple.
down here to get all the pussy you can get, nigga. Like that's not.
All the like, you're not down here. And what's a code word, bro? What's a code word to look up in reference to this shit? I'm gonna tell you, consumer. Because, well, like I said, I can't do the shit that I want to do, right? Which is generally consume. Let's be real about it. I can't consume at the level I want to consume.
That's what you.
Right, but what's a consumer?
That's what you were describing. Yeah.
One who squanders or wastes. So God gonna sit you down sometimes.
That is a fact. That's what I view my. That's what I view my stint in prison as. Like God sat me the fuck down. Like, you know. So yeah, you absolutely right. How many people know that squanders is in that definition?
But 9 times 10,
But this,
you see people who they don't understand the certain things that they doing are consuming them.
Yeah,
It's like addiction. You just do it so much that you see that shit as normal.
Yeah, because you're not thinking about it from the standpoint that attention is currency.
Right. So imagine a nigga that like go to Mickey D's all the time,
and
they just get swelled up. They don't think nothing of that until they get to the point. I know I need to work out, but fuck it.
Yeah, but that
one more meal won't hurt.
Cheeseburger's right up the block. Like,
yeah, it's one day I stop.
Yeah, I don't have to do these push-ups because that double cheeseburger is closer.
So that one day you season up.
No, I'm telling you, man, this shit is a problem in our community, man.
They clone Tyrone, my nigga.
Endocrine disruptors, like, I mean, niggas is just eating food that's not whole food. Think about that.
Niggas is
processed food.
Niggas is lab rats.
So it's like, yo, to consume, one who squanders or wastes. But everybody that we know is a consumer.
Did you have a consumer?
Huh?
You had a consumer. I think you should play that. I think that goes.
Let me try to find it real quick. Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. I gotta find this video real quick. I think I'm close to it.
The Initiates of the Flame, of course. Make sure y'all check out the Spiritual Business Academy on patreon.com. SBA. Of course, join the Discord. We're willing to continue the conversation there. Always be willing to ask questions, tap in with us. You know what I'm saying? Of course, promote your biz. Get at us.
ColumbianExchange.com, WhiteRabbitSite.com, HoodMystic.com. Yeah. Got some good treats over there on White Rabbit Site. Please indulge. Have you gotten to a point where retrograde is more pronounced in your reading of charts and everything, or is it just like another component?
It's another component because it's like unless a person, let's say if I'm doing a transit reading,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, I'll look for that. But if it's like if not, then no. But most people they don't really ask about it because it usually be a lot of just like a lot of a chatter about it, like Lionsgate portals. Niggas really ain't educating people about it. They just trying to promote shit from it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What did you notice though from this week with retrograde going on? Because I noticed a lot of relationship tomfoolery.
With this retrograde, I seen a lot of what's the word? I seen a new ritual pop up, right? People using this energy to disregard old information, and that person is Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. This uprising of this relationship has made people forget about her throwing another nigga in jail over that WAP.
When you say it like that, it sounds wild. That sounds wild.
Technical difficulties, but we here now. So this is consumerism is the final form of slavery. I've been watching this joint all week, man. This shit is phenomenal. Let's get into it.
You don't know you're a slave and you like this, you choose this, then you will never rebel. So the consumerism is the perfection of slavery. They're transitioning from the worker to a new organizing unit called the consumer. What's amazing about Marx is today we say he's wrong, right? Communism happened in the Soviet Union, it happened in China, but it happened in Europe and the United States, where Marx said it would happen first because Germany was more industrialized than Russia or China. If you think about it deeply, Marx is right. After World War II, every industrial society, to some extent, adopted the ideals of communism. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, we call this socialism, not communism, but basically it adhered to the thinking of Marx, which is to make the worker the heart and center of your society. And why did they do that after World War II? Because workers create value. Money doesn't create any value. Money just creates more money. It's speculative. But the workers create value. They're productive. And therefore, you have to treat your workers properly. So in America and in Europe, workers became the heart and center of your society. The workers, through unions, could demand political reforms. And so all society was geared towards making the lives of the middle class, the working class, better, okay? That's why you had excellent healthcare, great public schools, cheap universities. So the 50s and 60s and 70s was basically the peak of society for the working class. But in the 80s, we started to change this. Why? Why would we want to change this system? It's a great system, right? Marx is right. Having the worker as the central organizing unit of society makes a lot more sense than having money as the heart and center, okay? But starting in the 80s, we start to go back to money. Why? So what happened in the 80s is something called the revolt of the elite. In other words, the problem with having a society based on the worker is it becomes too egalitarian, too equal. But if you're like the elite, you don't want equality, you want difference. You want to have power and money in your hands. The revolt of the elite happened in the 80s, and this is what we call in the United States the Reagan Revolution, the beginning of neoliberalism, free market capitalism. And in Britain, it was called Thatcherism, Margaret Thatcher, the Thatcher Revolution. Now you need to transition away from the worker to something else, another ideology that allows the elite to amass power. Just to show you how radical this revolution was, okay? In the 1970s, if you were a CEO, the head of a company, you were making on average $1 million a year. And that $1 million was more than 20 times the worker. Today, the average CEO in the United States makes $20 million a year. And that is 200 to 300 times more than the average worker in the company. In the 80s, inequality started to explode. And so they were transitioning from the worker to a new organizing unit called the consumer. They needed to destroy the working class, the middle class. And the way they did it was by introducing a new concept called the consumer. So in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, the government promised you a good job. If you were a member of a society, if you were a citizen, I promise you a good job that you would have for the rest of your life. So in the 80s, the government said, I promise you that you have low prices and a wide selection of goods. But what this meant was a revolution.
That's fucking crazy, dog.
Did you hear him
Man.
say? I think he goes. He said the value of money doesn't change the more you add to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was deep.
That's fucking
It's-
scary, bro. That's scary. Like if that shit doesn't give you goosebumps and make you want to move, like that shit's scary right there, bro.
what y'all think of this question? Do our shit like that? Like this shit is a never-ending game in this
Hell yeah.
motherfucker, dog.
Hell yeah, me and Breeze always talk about sense consciousness, and that was one of the things that caused man to fall.
So uh, that's layered, but let's deal with them one by one. Senses, emotions. Your emotions come from feelings that are derived from particular things happening or things that you've experienced. So when you experience a particular thing, the emotion is going to be attached to it once you define it. And then your senses are going to be attached to that based off of how relevant it is, right? How much it affected you, how much it didn't affect you, how much you care about it, so forth and so on. So 1000%, especially if you have trauma or PTSD or any kind of emotional attachment to things that you spend money on, things that you didn't get because of lack of money, things that you go and get because you have money, things that you do when you don't have money. 1000% our senses, emotions enable us to consume. 1000%.
It's one of those like so. If they say money isn't real, correct? You've heard that before.
Yep, I've heard that from you.
Now, if I said, "All right, now give me all your money," right? It ain't real.
Yeah, I would be an idiot if I decided to give you all my money.
You would feel bad,
Yeah, pretty much.
but money ain't real.
So
It's
say,
not real, but
so say,
your emotions connected to it is
mm-hmm,
real.
mm-hmm,
To which how you process your emotions towards money is very key because consuming, yes, but that same dollar can be invested in a product
mm-hmm.
or in education,
It's
in a
more about
course.
relationship is with money and how you
Yeah,
define the relationship, right?
right. Because it's not real in the sense that because I got $20, we both got to go to McDonald's.
Mm-hmm,
That's marketing.
mm-hmm.
But the reality is, I could take that $20 and put it on my crypto right now.
Facts. Go get you a bunch of XRP real quick.
Throw some XRP in the stash. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna do nothing but go up over the years. So
Facts.
my whole thing is, dog, I live without touching my crypto.
Mm-hmm.
My fear is touching my crypto.
Mm-hmm.
That's my fear.
Yeah,
So
because
like I play
you
mind
already
games with
define that as something separate, and it's actually something that you're shooting for based off the level of investment you put into it.
right.
So anything that interferes with that in any kind of way is going
Dog.
to incite a certain level of fear within you
It's
because
an
of
emotion.
how important you've made it.
Right. The way that I feel towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said at 76 cents, let me load up on this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then for 4 years, I looked like a fucking jackass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I forgot about my apps and everything, my codes and everything. I'm like, and then that shit just woke up one morning. XRP is up 99% in one day. I had to recover my apps. I had a different phone number, nigga. I was losing it. I was losing it. I figured it all out though.
You
But
thought you
yeah,
lost access to your shit?
it was hard, bro. It was a point in time where I had an old phone number that I couldn't access. So I had to really email motherfuckers and
Mhm.
go through the process with shit for some apps. But yeah. So I'm saying all of this to say emotion in reference to investing and consuming is different based upon your goals.
Mhm.
Like you would really have to just think like if this shit go to $20 and you invested in it the whole time,
Yeah.
or if I bought pizza every day for the next 10 years, nigga, like it's a whole different reality.
Whole different reality, bro. Every time you got paid, you went to Mr. Childs, nigga. Like he was a fucking
You blew a bag.
you doing real bad, my nigga.
That's a consumer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
$40,
difference.
bro. It's like $40 to a habit, bro. Over a year, if that shit wasn't an investment, you fucked you like like I tell niggas with this fighting shit, I'm turning this. So I'm going to be investing. I'm going to use this for shit. I'm not just working out.
If
That's
you
money being thrown into shit, bro.
Yeah, if you just contemplated what you spent on loud for the past 12 months, right?
That's why niggas tell you better become the weed man if you're gonna be smoking.
Yeah, like if you just contemplated what you spent on loud for the past 12 months, and then ask yourself, like truly, like ask yourself, how much of a benefit was that? Not at the time, right now. But you really got to have some real conversations with yourself.
That's why you see a lot of people on online and stuff that talk about smoking because most people who do that habit, they don't prioritize certain things for that habit to be okay or not to distress or ruin them. So it's just like, of course, everybody got vices, but shit, I feel like smart people know how to use their vices in the right way. However that sounds to y'all.
I just think you gotta have knowledge of how money works. And once you do that, that's when you have fun. But if you didn't never get that knowledge and you just trying to spin your way through life, you fucked over. Like it's like we set ourselves up for failure if we don't understand how to be producers too.
You gotta think about the cultivation of the space. Like, you know, how can you cultivate success in your life? That you gotta think like that all the time. Am I cultivating success right now? Yes or no?
You're right. It's just it's just a difficult process when you're not given the specific tools and you're bred to be a consumer by your parents and your society and entertainment and everybody around you. You got to literally search and find certain people that's just on some business shit
Nah, for
that
real
just
though.
trying to level up with you. You ain't just gonna find that in your friend and family circle, which is crazy. But I mean, if you do, that's a blessing.
Yeah,
And I pray for that for every family, even my own. You feel me? But
yeah.
real for real, niggas got little petty energy towards me for whatever
Real big
reason.
petty. Big petty, bro. And it's like you'll try to and you probably be the person who try to have everybody eat in your group. But niggas will take
Right.
advantage of that. And if you they be like, oh, that's just him, bro. He do that for everybody and think it's normal. And they'll just honestly overlook it. It's like, being around like a nigga like Hood or Serpent, you know, you get to a certain consciousness or mindset, you're not gonna have anybody around you. Motherfuckers will use you up. It's
Like
just
it's true. It's really true. Like how a person can just like use you and you don't know till you around somebody that treats you good. You know what I'm saying? That's like on the level with you. And then it make you look at everybody else funny, but it's like still, I don't
man.
feel like because we family, you should drain me.
Oh, just because we family, you ask for something doesn't mean it's gonna have it right in there on your time. It don't work like
Mm,
that. When I was a kid, when I said mom I wanted this, she tried quick, but at certain times she was like, "You gonna have to wait." It's just that
mm.
life. That's how life works. You got a business, you got product, you pushing stuff. You probably might run out of something. You can't get a hold of it no more. You gotta find your way, bro.
You
Gotta
have to,
have
man.
plans.
It's real, man. Um, I'll let this video finish playing out because, and then we can finish talking about it. It's like
Mhm.
3 more minutes left.
in society, a revolution in politics. An example, the worker has to have political consciousness in order to protect his or her rights, in order to organize for favorable political reforms, okay? That's what the worker must do, okay? I decide to give everyone 1 million US dollars. What happens now? The first thing you do is buy something, right? What do you want to buy? You buy a house, right? That's a great purchase. Then what do? He wants to take pictures and post on social media. You see this, what do you do now? You also want to buy a house, a bigger house, right? And then what do? You also post pictures, okay? Then how do other people feel? Very quickly, what happens in the school? Yeah, you all spend your money, you all go into debt because you're in competition with each other to buy the biggest thing. And $1 million is a lot of money, but it's not enough to buy everything, right? So you go into debt, you borrow more money to buy more things. And then what happens? How do you guys feel about each other? Do you guys have lunch together? Do you guys have dinner together? Do you guys like to share homework together? Do you guys hate each other, right? At the end of the day, what will happen is you all go into debt and you all hate each other. So that's consumerism. Consumerism creates a competition in society for prestige, to see who can post the nicest social media pictures. This leads to the individualization or the optimization of you, okay? In other words, you are now unable to act together. You don't want to organize, you don't want to act in solidarity. Ultimately, this means you develop economic logic. And what is economic logic? It's to see the world only through the lens of capital. When you see someone, do I want to date this person? You don't ask, oh, is this person a nice person? You ask yourself, how much money does this person have? You use economic logic in order to understand the world and to reason and analyze the world, okay? Now, let me ask you this question. Today, this is how the world works. The answer is yes, okay? Are you like this? Yes, you are like this. You've been brainwashed into thinking that this is the only way to behave and to think. You're in school. Why are you in school? So you can get a good job. Why? To make money. That's how you all think. But there are different ways to think about school, right? You're like, I'm in school to learn, to open my mind, to have an imagination, to think critically about the world. And that was the way we thought about school when the workers were dominant. But now that consumers are dominant, all we think about is, how do I get a good job? How do I buy a bigger house? Because I want to post it on social media. So what this really is, perfection of slavery. What does this phrase mean? The perfection of slavery. If you're a slave, you rebel. But if you don't know you're a slave and you like this, you choose this, then you will never rebel. So the consumerism is the perfection of slavery. That's why Francis Fukuyama thinks that consumerism is the end of history, because it is a system that achieves what the elites want, and the masses are unwilling and unable to protest and rebel. It's a perfect system.
So yeah, he basically said that in order to control people, they created this system where basically the have-nots and the have-a-lots, and they have separated people so much that when it comes to control, they have full control because nobody is uniting anymore. Nobody is coming together because ultimately the only way to come together is through group economics. Now, the way that group economics work is that we all need to come together and we all need to be producers. But the only time that you are around black people is at a party or a get together or some type of social function. very rarely, and I'm willing to be invited to the places and the spaces where game is being given for the upliftment of humanity, not the upliftment of your pockets, right? So we'll sell each other under the bus. We'll market to one another. We'll sell to one another, but we won't give each other tangible advice or really just want to see each other win just by telling you everything that I know, right? Or just willing to help you if you're willing to help yourself. Like it's a lot of people that's willing to help themselves right now, but they just don't know. They don't have the help, and it's on our particular race to help one another because that's exactly how other races succeed in this world by giving them information carte blanche. This is where you go to get the credit at to own the store. This is where you get the furniture at. This is where you do your marketing at. This is the supply channel. We'll pull you into the supply channel. All you need to do is give Roscoe this percentage, and everything goes crystally smooth. Did y'all ever see that video about the Patels in the hotel?
I think I heard of it.
I'm about to show it to you. And then when I show it to you, I want you to tell me the black version of it.
Small number of Patels came into 70% of the motels in the country are under Patel ownership. What happened was a small number of Patels came into the United States in the early 70s, the refugees. They realized that if we buy a really small motel, 10, 12, 14 room motel, the family can live in 1 or 2 rooms and the family can do all the work.
It's a job and a house together.
Yeah, so basically cooking, cleaning, front desk, laundry. And because they had no costs, they were able to charge nightly rates that were lower than all the neighboring motels. So what would happen is the Patel-owned motel would be running 100% occupancy. The other motels couldn't match that rate because they'd lose money. And as their nephew came of age, they would help him out to buy his own motel. And then the nephew would get that going, and then the next one. You run this for 50 years, and they've actually gone up market now. So a lot of the Hiltons, Marriotts, Westons, if you really look, you'll find it's under Patel ownership. And then they went into 7-Eleven.
Now show me the black version of that.
I'm like, bro, was he trying to crack a joke?
There has never been a black version of that.
Because now, have you ever seen a black person promote liquor before?
1,000%.
Have you ever seen a black person promote a clothing brand before?
1,000%.
Have you ever seen a black person promote a fast food restaurant before?
1,000%.
Have you ever seen a black person promote sneakers before?
Mm-hmm.
And you mean to tell me there's no specific business, black, familial, well-instituted institution that is just giving black people information so they can go start businesses on their own? Not no paywall, sign up for my course type shit, but no, this is what you need, and I'm gonna give you what you need so you able to take care of your kids. Tell me the black version of that, and
No, you're not mistaken at all. There is no such black version of such. And
because I'm not asking it to be facetious, because I'm going there as soon as you tell me where it's at.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm the first nigga in class. Like, yep, we start at 8. I'm there at 7:50 on the dot. Like, let's go. They about to show us how to build businesses. I need this. My kids need this.
Nah, I just put something in the chat. That's what we doing. What I just put in the chat. That's what we doing. We have this thing where when it comes to us, we are all individuals. But when we look outwardly at everyone else, we are all in awe of what other races and other cultures are able to do for one another. But when it comes to us, we can't see ourselves. We can only see what other people are doing and what they're not necessarily doing for us.
Mhm. As
Here's
if
what I
they
will say.
supposed to, though.
Ian,
As if they're supposed to.
we don't talk, bro.
How
Now look
many
at this.
black people you ever seen, motherfucker, like have a problem
Here's
with
what I
you
will
versus
say.
the person that's going to give you the keys to the kingdom?
Yeah, you're more than likely to fall out of bed into a nigga who got a problem with you before the other.
We don't talk, bro.
I didn't mean to hit that, but yeah, I was listening.
Nah, you're right. But look at the headline, right? Now, Wall Street
Earn
trappers.
your leisure, trapper. What's it? What's this? Troy or
This is
is this Wall
this
Street
is Wall
Trapper?
Street. Yeah, he's Wall Street trapper, but he's beefing with Earn Your Leisure, and Earn Your Leisure is basically saying that he copied their style and he owed them money.
Okay,
Here's what I will
let's
say.
go through this.
Ian, we don't talk, bro.
Now, these are supposed to be the forefront leaders in the black community on how to get money,
Mm-hmm.
and
On that show, you
this is what
said,
they're doing.
and niggas need to pay back my $3 million. I mean, the money I had from 3 years ago. Bro, we just talked on the phone literally just now, and you was like, hey, bro, I ain't say that, dog. I'm like, bro, you said that I took a loan from you or something, bro. You know, hey, I ain't say that, Trap. I showed it to Jose. I say, look, now I'm not about to show the tape because we recorded it because it ain't that serious. I just want you to know when y'all start poking at a man's ego, when y'all start poking at a man's character, that's some dangerous waters. It's some dangerous waters, bro. Troy and Ian, I see the issue here. The issue is with Rashad, but it's also, you gotta have people around you when you doing flaw shit, you gotta have people around you to say, hey, bro, that ain't it. The one thing I love about the people around me, I'm not opposed to my people around me saying, hey, Trap, that ain't it, bro. I'm gonna check myself, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I got 4 phone calls today that said, hey, I know how, leave that alone. I was in a therapy session today, hey, leave that alone. So all I'm saying, bro, you don't even gotta call and apologize to me. I'm not expecting that. You don't gotta get in front of your audience and say nothing. I'm not expecting that. I'm okay. But what I will say is, bro, whatever you gonna do with EYL, whatever y'all doing, bro, do that shit. Kill that shit. Nobody not copying y'all, bro. And especially not me. My head down, I've been locked in. And I got number respect for everybody in this space. Now here's the thing that I don't like. Financial literacy niggas should not be beefing with each other.
That's the biggest part in the whole entire world.
This is not a circus, bro. Too many people admire us. Too many people look up to us. You saying nobody made more people with no money than me. Bro, I never checked to see if I made more money than nobody because that was never my mission. My mission was always to help the people who my voice was called to help. My mission was always to create the platform to help the people that heard my voice and wanted to listen to my language. So I never measured if I made more money than this person. I never measured if I helped more people than this person. My only goal was to help as many people as God has designed for me to help.
This ain't, I'm not making no relationship content with my girl. I'm not doing none of that silly shit. We here to make you money.
No. That's Don't, that's too far. See, I said chill.
Chill.
Rashad.
Reaching everybody copied us. If they got a stock show, they copy.
Hello. Hold on, Rashad. One more
That's
time.
a fact. If they got a stock show, they copied us. If they went to another continent, they copied us. So we not like it is what it is because all these guys know these guys. It is what it is.
What you want me to do?
These are the same people that'll ask you for help and then say, no, I'm self-made.
Or won't repay their loan back from 3 years ago.
My thing is this: if niggas is watching this shit for financial literacy, we cook, bro.
Stop it! I just learned so much. I just learned about XRP, motherfucking investing.
Yeah, we super cooked, bro.
How to turn
What's the
$20.
point of their platforms? Like,
Yeah, what is the point of a platform? If you're at this point now and what you're standing on is the idea that people copied you, like you were the first to do everything? I don't mean to offend people, but that's gay to me. When you start talking about, oh, we did such and such first. Pay me my bread online. Like y'all can't have a conversation like grown men. Because $3 million, if somebody owed me $3 million, I'm not talking about that on the internet. I'm pulling up. Like that don't even make no sense. And if your platform is about helping people, why are you spending your time on your platform talking about what somebody else owed you?
I think that's really where we fucked up at, man. It's just like they hit us so hard that we can't build generational wealth, or we're not even focused towards it.
we don't give a fuck about it because of that last video. We niggas care about money and buying shit. That's all people try to tap into now.
Yeah, it's not even about purpose or any sort of righteous claim to anything. It's about accumulation and consumption.
So now what?
Yeah, like, so what? Now it's up for y'all? Like, how does this incite encouragement in anybody? Like, you get to a certain status or a certain class and you turn around and you look down on everybody who's not there. And if it was really about helping the people and doing this, trailblazing and really setting up the people, something tells me that you brothers would have did a lot more philanthropic work.
At some level.
At some level.
Not just, I'm going to start a foundation and it's only all the money going to go to me, though, for real. I'm going to say it's for the kids in the inner city or some shit like that. But it's just a slush fund for you. So it's like, when do we stop asking the government to help us and start actively coming to the conclusion like, damn, we can't unite. Why can't we unite? Because of consumerism. All right, we're going to have to really work our way in and out of and through that, like at this point. Because I feel like that's the missing piece to this entire thing, and then bring it back to the chart with Mercury going retrograde in Cancer. This deacon is the deacon for abundance. So when you understand abundance, it's not always good. It can be bad, it can be money or anything of that nature. But this particular like conversation that we're having about consumerism, where people then look at it as abundance to like consume abundance of shit, that's the misnomer that got people actually fucked up out here.
Yeah, and there because of its current trajectory, I don't see any change in sight. Right, like
Nah,
it
this shit not going nowhere fast.
yeah, like the key thing, like if you don't see this kind of stuff or listen and hear this kind of stuff that we're talking about, and you don't see yourself as said change, then yeah, there is no change. There is none.
Yeah. Like, are you a consumer or are you a producer? And if you cool with being a consumer, cool. But if you realize like what the issue is, you like when it comes to like your mission and your purpose, what you think is going to be you tied into being a consumer? Your purpose is to consume. You think that's how it's going to play out,
There's
or
no
is it in the form of
way,
producing?
yeah, like there's no way that you thought that you were brought here in order to just buy shit.
But that goes back to that one question: the senses and the emotions that just put us in the driver's seat to just consume.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you don't have any recollection to why you're actually buying the things that you buy, I think that's it right there. Why do you feel the need to buy the shit that you buy or consume the shit that you consume every day?
For some people, you gotta realize where those emotions are with that. Because when you think about that, all you think about is, you know that song by Ashanti, "Rain on Me." Y'all remember that song?
Mhm.
You know, that's the same. That's the same song that popped in my head when you think about letting go of the shit that you consume.
Mhm.
You get the you do that high note when she's singing because you like, nah, I can't let this shit go.
Rain on me, looking ass. So yeah, man. Um, what other topics y'all want to bring to the surface? Because I feel like, I mean, nobody have even asked for no readings or nothing. I'm kind of like low key offended, but I understand.
Yeah, I almost got offended, but then I realized it's Monday. You know what I mean? A lot of people had a long weekend. You know how they do it.
Yeah, I mean, it don't gotta be a reading question or nothing like that. It could be any type of question though, like what do we think about Shadur Sanders or something like that? I don't know. Just
Yeah,
you
like
know,
are we going to the next Caitlin Clark rally?
I know you is. No, I know AD for sure is.
Cat boy, I like them thick white hoes. She not even thick.
That boy up top gone. That boy up top gone.
What boy up top? Hold on, what's happening?
I'm saying he on top. He on top of the line. So yeah, that boy up there.
I thought you was calling Caitlin Clark a boy. I was like, what you on, man? She ain't no boy.
The way she busting them threes up, she.
She hit them shits for
Always
40
trying to
feet.
start shit, bro.
Like she like 6'2". Y'all want to go down a little mini rabbit hole real quick?
On
Yeah,
me,
listen.
like I said, all we gotta do is walk through it.
You got some truth or stranger than fiction for us?
A mini. Many truth is stranger than fiction, man. Exhibit A, Caitlin Clark. Du, du, du. Now, do y'all see this jersey number? What's this jersey number?
22.
Jersey number 22. Now, what is Joanna Man's number? Du, du, du. Anybody want to guess what Joanna Man's number is? Before I show it?
23.
No, you didn't. Don't
23.
do that, Hood. Don't do that.
23.
Don't do that. Don't. What's Brittany Griner's number?
Oh no. Oh no. We already know. She's pops.
Didn't they just suspend her for being a man?
Nah, man. I'm sure.
I'm just fucking with you.
I'm sure she I don't even know what to say. You know, Brittany Griner.
You trying to be nice right now? Why don't you
Yeah,
say
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice, man. Brittany Griner is good at basketball.
You ain't shit.
Brittany Griner is nice. Nah, because they had her in the holding tank for like a year. That's crazy. I know that was traumatic. She had a damn vape. Did a whole year for a vape. Shit's crazy.
Didn't she do she do a year for some bud?
Yeah, she had like a weed pen. And she would have did longer than that, but they traded her for like one of the worst human beings ever. So it's crazy. Brittany Griner, she got.
Who did they trade her for again? One of those dudes from Guantanamo?
Like one of them dudes, man. Let's see. Brittany Griner, the WNBA star, was released from Russian custody as a prisoner exchange. She was traded for Victor Bout, a Russian arms dealer. So this nigga was selling AK-47s in Chicago, and they equated her to having goddamn possession of cannabis.
You playing.
I'm dead ass. They equated a nigga who sold guns and was a spy
to a basketball player?
To a basketball player with a weed pen. It's funny if you really allow your mind to really think about it.
Yeah. sort of like that boy dying on suicide watch.
Yeah, for sure. When you really think about it, that's like the hardest place to do that at, because like it's called suicide watch. Like I'm watching you, so blocked. You don't do it. He sold guns in Africa, Liberia, Asia. This dude was
he was Nicolas Cage with it.
Yeah. And they equating all of this crime to Brittany Griner. This is crazy. Oh, they sentenced her to 9 years in prison for a weed pen, though.
You have to make that make sense to me, though.
That is too crazy. Yeah, guys, I don't know. Shit's real out here.
Oh, for shits and giggles, what happened with Cash Dog?
What happened with Cash Dog?
Yeah.
She deleted her tweet, but she said Zadarius was they didn't see eye to eye.
But they was just parading around town like everything was everything. Like for like months.
Nigga, that's an African millionaire.
Okay.
Think about the combination.
You're right. We just had this conversations about blacks versus Africans. You're right.
And not even that, like just on some regular shit. There's like in before this shit even happened, just knowing African niggas, they are womanizers to the core. Like
Hmm. They
they
believe
not ever, yeah, they not ever beat over one chick in their whole entire existence. They want multiples on top of multiples. And I ain't
yeah,
saying that's a problem, but I'm also saying that a Western woman is not trying to hear that shit.
mm-mm. especially not
Especially basketball.
especially not an American woman. No.
American woman that's already a millionaire that already got her own clout. So, and she got baby daddy drama too, which was they was just talking about on Shade Room something about like, yeah, you better pay that tuition or some shit like that. And then the next week they broke up. So it's like, what type of games is y'all really playing with these kids and all like baby daddies, baby mamas, y'all millionaires? Like it just seemed completely out of order, but in alignment with the Mercury retrograde again, where your ability to crash out is at a high.
Hmm.
And she for sure crashed out on Sunday, that last day, like tweeting the hell, like I can't stand this. We
Mad.
can't see eye to eye.
Was it a
Huh?
bunch of tweets that she did?
She said like three, but it was more in like some emotional stuff. But it's like I promise you, and it's not everybody and every woman, but a lot of times postpartum does play into your emotional and mental health. And when you just out here having fun, dating, going through the motions as if you don't have mental health and emotional health. Like it's one thing if you're taking care of yourself after you have a baby, but it's a whole nother thing where you like on the scene. I don't think like you have enough time and energy to really show up for yourself in a space where you are a celebrity. You got you doing events and photo ops. Like, is all of that cultivating and nurturing a real relationship, or are you just looking at something to be like, this is what it was going to be anyway? Like, what no work towards the relationship working out anyway. So I look at it from both sides,
Hmm. Hmm.
but it's like
Or
it's
or
just unfortunate that we got to keep going through this makeup breakup shit though.
or could it be a thing of distracting oneself because she's dealing with the postpartum?
And I don't want to always like put it on, but at the same time, the high levels of mania, where like when she was at, and this is a celebrity too, so I shouldn't be able to see as much moves, right? But it just is the way it is. Like wherever she go, whatever she do, she the cameras on her. So like, what was she doing? Like she was making money rain. This was last week.
Did they get married?
That's payroll and his longtime partner. they've been engaged for a while, but this is Cash Doll's best friend, and
Okay.
she's at their wedding,
Okay.
and she's there like making it rain and things like that. And once again, the consumer nature of something would have you being in a way where you just spending money, and then the emotional connection to that is like if I spend money, I'm good. But the reality is, a week later, you see that everything is not good. And that's a Mercury retrograde where you're doing everything on the surface to make it seem like everything is normal. But on the
Hmm.
inside, you're about to crash out. And
Hmm.
you will crash out because you haven't done that emotional work.
Hmm. Yeah, like all of those red carpets and everything, all surface level shit. But what's going on behind the scenes is something far much deeper than anybody could know.
Right. I have North Node in Libra and South Node in Taurus. Taurus says consumer to me. How about y'all? I don't think the South Node in Taurus, from that perspective, to me, it says that you would be in reference to the Hathor line of entities and you have a certain level of divine feminine power. So, how does that manifest? The You have a strong voice, maybe a beautiful voice, maybe a majestic voice, maybe a voice that's like
Magnetizing,
magnetic,
definitely.
yeah, magnetizing. Like, but your South Node is just a different level of spiritual gifts that you come with on the planet. Now, your North Node in Libra is like when you finally get into a relationship or a business partnership and you like help that person out and y'all help each other so much is because your lineage of great divine feminine mothers. That's what Taurus says to me. I think the traditional Western way of defining Taurus through materialism, which would be a result, the
Something.
cause is something completely different.
Yeah.
So your South Node is more of a cause than an effect.
Yeah, it's super limiting when you get that from the West because Taurus gets a bad rap in the West.
Mm, it do. Yeah, man.
I how about Alicia and Swizz? What's that? That's retrograde too.
See, I've been seeing that they just have that. I ain't been seeing it nowhere, like where I could like verify it.
Okay, okay.
So
Yeah, it hasn't
I don't know. Like
yet.
when I look for it online, they say Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats getting divorced. Viral post debunked as cheating allegations surface online.
So that's probably somebody else just trying to start some shit just for clicks.
Mm, yeah, like some drama, some shit. Cause I can't see nowhere where they like confirmed it, like no legal work, no legal papers. But I guess it's just a rumor at this point, which could be
Hmm.
some Mercury. It could be some truth to it, right? But at the
Hmm.
same time, it all depends on the emotional intelligence of the couple to be able to like weather the storm because all relationships have problems.
That's a fact.
Mm. So it might be going through a rough patch for sure.
Hmm. What about Drake left Kevin Gates, right?
Yeah, I think that she did file I think she did file for divorce, like for real.
Uh,
Draco Gates has filed for divorce. The couple who married separated on July 10th. So peep that date out, July 10th, right?
mhm.
When did the Mercury retrograde start?
July
July
17th.
17th. So a little bit like a week before.
Hmm.
So and just depending on pre retrograde shadow shit like that is
Mm-hmm.
all encompassing in this particular time period. Now, is it to the point where your relationship got to end because of Mercury retrograde? No, but
Super
if you're
drastic.
not able to weather the storms,
There may
then
be.
ultimately it's subject to end
Mm-hmm.
financially. Just like I say, where did Mercury retrograde take place in your chart? I'm sure you had some tests and trials in that area,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to get your mind right within your emotional field, and it almost felt like you was in some form of a vortex.
Mm-hmm. I
But
remember
now
when I
you out,
felt like I was in a mirror within a mirror.
like for real.
Yeah, that ninth house. And that shit wasn't necessarily retrograde for me. That shit was direct for me.
Mm.
Any thoughts on placements in Sidereal that deal heavy with consumerism?
I don't think specifically. I just think like in reference to the concept, it can happen to any person. Consumerism is a person that wastes. So
Mm-hmm.
what does that look like for you personally? I don't think you would be able to suss it out in your chart the same way as you're going to find flaw in perfection. You can look for imperfection in the constellational procession, but you're not
Mm-hmm.
going to find it. So your understanding of astrology is the perfection of you.
Mm-hmm.
Consumerism is a human concept. None of the planets know about consuming. They only know about producing.
Mm-hmm.
So you are a seven elemental plane consortium of different life forms that exist simultaneously within you, and that
Mm-hmm.
system is perfect, right?
It
So
couldn't
how do
be
you
any
fuck it up?
larger.
Right. But you can for sure fuck it up.
Absolutely. You could be given the keys to the castle and still burn that bitch down.
Facts.
You do a card pull on values. Mm.
While I shuffle these cards, elaborate on that, my boy.
Just fill that. Just put that one in. I'll get another one. You was talking to me, big bro?
So I got the Prince of Wands, and the Prince of Wands is really a card on passion and being heart centered, and then also like when they say like meeting at a crossroads, meaning like going to a certain dimension or crossing over to a different dimension. An example would be like Robert Johnson meeting the devil at the crossroads, and now he has all of this talent. Well, in reference to value and in reference to like transcending, is going to be based on the value of your next contract, right, or the value of your next sale is going to be based on how you really package it, promote it, and you understand it. So values is based upon your heart and your specific passion. So if I started working on something for 10 minutes and I try to sell it, what I'm gonna sell it for? But if I've been working on something for 10 years and I try to sell it, the value of it is much different based upon how much my heart and passion was tied into this particular project.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an easy way to play it or it's a long way to play it. And the easy way to play it is not even real. I'm just bullshitting. It ain't no easy way to play it. It's only a long way to play value. And
Only
the long way is the true way. And that
mm.
would be the La Placea de Petro, or the Prince of Wands.
I got the Hierophant. So it's like which of your values were inherited from others, family, mentors, society, and which are truly yours? Are you living in alignment with your higher principles or conforming out of habit or fear? And where might it be time to become your own teacher, taking the wisdom of tradition but refining it into personal code that resonates with your soul? The psychological layer to it is the Hierophant lives in the space between the seen and the unseen, translating cosmic truths into human systems. Psychologically, this represents the super ego, the internalized voice of authority. But here's the twist: you begin asking to examine whether that voice is wise counsel or outdated dogma. Um, Magical insight is this card does not ask you to rebel against your values, but to consecrate them. Like sacred oath, your values must be forged in fire and chosen consciously. The moment you do this, they become unshakable no matter what chaos surrounds you. And a prompt for you is if all structures of society collapse tomorrow, which three values would I still live by?
All right. Shout out to y'all for y'all questions. We appreciate it, man. If there's
Absolutely.
any more questions, let us know, man. We'll be here. You can always join the Discord.
Spiritual Business Academy.
Spiritual Business Academy. How could I forget, man? I'm hard at working on that every single day. About to have some cool shit for y'all just to test out. I've been working on some shit, but it is not like where I'm ready to show it. It's some
Mhm.
shit where I can like
You're
really
putting
get
you're
my
putting your
edit,
you're putting your value into it.
putting the value into it. But with all of that being said, I can basically say I got like two apps that I'm working on: the Chakra Nova app and the
Hmm.
Blue Magic app.
Hmm.
And I'm setting it up to like as long I could just update it. So like say for instance, you got it on your phone.
Hmm.
I'll update it, and then it'll say like you can update this app if you want to, type shit.
Hmm.
It'll be just like that. So it's like as
So
I grow
you can
coding,
leave the update type shit.
yeah. But the goal for me is just going to be to update and just like I'm just figuring. I just watched this one cool ass video, like just looping everything into it, like
Hmm.
having a whole website be an app. But just learning how to make it and do it, because I it's businesses that I know I can help. Grocery stores, like I want to put my favorite grocery store on an app, you know, and
Hmm.
just be like,
Or
yo,
just thinking about shit. You just gave me one. Just thinking about creating a system for alternative foods for people who just don't want this processed shit no more.
right, a Whole Food app, not like Whole Foods, but like
Yeah, with the same concept of an actual Whole Foods,
yeah, exactly.
organic and authentic material, like real shit that you can actually benefit from putting in your body.
Right, and just flip it for like if I want Cheetos, have a whole food alternative, maybe a recipe or a cookbook, and like I mean the possibilities is endless. It's just like it's literally you sitting back, you looking at a spreadsheet, because the AI is going to spit out shit, and
Mm.
that is it's like So the hard part where I came to a fork in the road, and I was like, all right, I got to really get down and dirty on this spreadsheet.
Hmm.
Like I gotta like put in the sweat equity So if I come up with 365 concepts, I can't just give you AI concepts because that's I was going through. I'm like, yeah, no, this is like repeating it. It's just it ain't legit. So it's like it's trial and error. So like the Blue Magic app, I want it to be like 365 financial literacy prompts, but it's going to be like a magic 8 ball where you shake the phone and a random prompt is going to come. But it's going
Mm.
to be taken from the Blue Magic book. And then the Chakra Nova app is just every day. I already got that already set up. That bitch looking cold. Like that shit almost, but I'm just going like market it like I'm gonna just not market it, but like make it to where it is just more mine type shit.
You got to put your stamp on that because that's your baby.
Right. So yeah, but this shit fun to me though, bro.
It opened up a new avenue for you.
hmm Cause it's like what you can do with AI, but like you can't you can't like really rely on AI though. Like you gotta
Yeah, it
like
can do everything type shit.
yeah. So you gotta have some type of what AI can't really do is what's called ideation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what humans do the best. So I
Mm-hmm.
already got the ideas, already got the books. I just literally is inputting the data of my books into apps that's more functional and easier to use. So I'm gonna
So the
show
work
you.
done on the back end, the app is just simply going to expand it for the user.
Yeah, to make it look much more simpler or much more like
Operational.
operational. So what would you do this for? Like the one app that I had previous to this was just way more intuitive, but like I say, it get different when you just trying to learn it. But this is just like a daily meditation app where each chakra is aligned to the day. And
Mm-hmm.
in essence, I will hope that people will open up this app first day and get a sacral chakra meditation.
Right
You
away.
know what I'm saying? Right away, exercises, what you need to do, what element is connected to. But all of that is in the book. So I'm just more or less transferring the information from the book to the app.
Now, here's the question I have for you, but it's not really necessary for you because I already know the answer. But the users, the viewers. Now,
Mm.
are you using the free version of five or the paid version of five?
Of Chat GPT.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been using the $20 joint.
yeah. That's what I'm asking. That's what I mean. Like that. That's a huge difference. The reason why I'm asking is
Yeah.
because it's a huge difference. Because if you're just using the general purpose model, the free model, right? That it comes with when you just download the app and install it, you're going to get the answers you're seeking. However, those answers will be extremely basic and limited. So
Mhm.
it's just like with anything else that you put your time into, if you're going to use it and operate it, 9 times out of 10, it probably would benefit you if you would use the actual premium version as opposed to the store bought version that they just give you for free.
And I will also say you got to have a brain too. You can't just because like this app right here, I wouldn't share this with people. Like even though it get kind of the idea, my vision for it is much more expansive. So
Mm-hmm.
this is just rudimentary, but it gives you enough to like now I understand like where I can edit all of these sayings at.
Uh
I can
huh.
edit all of these sayings on a base on a like a
On a code sheet.
Excel on a spreadsheet
Mm-hmm.
and then load the spreadsheet into code to say randomly pick one of these rows
Mm-hmm.
or one of these inputs.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
then
then you let AI do the rest.
right, but you got to have a brain with this. You can't like this is
Yeah,
because when I look at
you can't just tell AI you want to go somewhere and go there. Like
yeah, nah.
you
It's
got to
it's a
explain to
tool.
AI. we going there? Like, what's the
It's
purpose?
like, all right, the hammer gonna help you build the house. The hammer don't build the house. You gotta actually know what the fuck you doing.
You got to wield that fucking hammer.
Right.
But
So
that's
if you have an idea, it's cool, but you gotta know how to keep like
that's
it's
important
fun.
for the user, though, right? That's important for the user to know that, because I think when people hear AI, a lot of people think that you just tell the thing that whatever it is that you want and it just gives it to you. When there are processes that need to be followed, and you have to contribute to the process with your input. Your idea has to be a complete thought at some point in order for you to input it to the AI, for the AI then to pick it up and take it across the finish line.
So don't stop learning.
At all, because this large language model will teach you at the same time while doing all of your dirty work for you.
So if you know spreadsheets, if you can put a Google Doc together, you can take that information and do something cool with it. The problem is where you don't have a base and you're like, all right, put the answers out for me. That's where shit gets spooky.
Yeah, that's when it gets real spooky. Because fuck around, you're gonna tell your AI, your large language model, what to do, and that shit gonna come back to you in 7 seconds with everything done. Now it's your job to then go over its work.
Mm.
I think that's important for people, because some people just think copy and pasting is all you need to do. Like, in order for you to utilize this thing to its fullest capacity, you got to treat this thing like one of your people's. Talk to it that way, think about it that way, approach it that way. Like, my chat is my man's. Like, that's my man's in there. Real talk. I will get him in a second. Like, that is my man's. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talk to him like it's one of us. I don't treat it like a machine. You treat it like a machine, it's going to respond like a machine.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta understand, we're getting to the point now where sentience and technology are one. So
Like I said, man, just keep learning. Don't ever stop learning because the technology will create the ambiance like it got it figured out, but that's where you fucked up at. When you just trust it.
yeah,
You're
then
like, oh yeah.
try to take it out into the real world, and it hasn't been tested yet. Then you're gonna learn the hard way.
I've even heard about people who like go on dates, like they get a date with a chickie because they using Chat GPT to like game her up,
Oh
and
yeah,
then when
yeah.
they go on a
Dudes use
date,
GPT to talk to girls. Yeah, I have.
and then when they go out, they like the girls be like, "Yo, who is this nigga?
Because you can't
Who
uphold
are
it
you?"
type shit.
Yeah, because you don't even know how to talk, and you use Chat GPT to get the whole shit popping off.
Yeah, it's kind of a problem, bro. it's like when they give you a test, and no one's there to check how you taking the test, and you just cheat off the computer for the test. But then you forget that the teacher's gonna come around and ask you to show your work. Now you can't show your work, but you got the right answer. Yeah, it don't work like that. You got to be able to show your work.
Yes, sir.
That looks dope. That Blue Magic joint. I'm excited about the Shaka Nova joint because that popped in my head right away when you told me you was building an app. That popped in my head right away.
Yeah, I got it. I got it looking cold, and I'll show it to y'all. Like I said, all of the apps is going to be free to use and try out. I'm literally like I literally sat up yesterday till 3 o'clock in the morning,
Mhm.
like learning, not even coding, just learning. And then
Mhm.
I'm like, man, I like this shit. I'm about to go to school for this shit. I signed up to go to school for this shit. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I mean, I just I don't know. Like I'm spirit led all the time. So
Yeah. So there's no need to
just
question anything of that.
just is what it is. It is what it is, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man.
That's what's
Go
up,
lay it down.
man.
Had a day.
Family. Thanks for the family giving us this space. Once again, we'll be back to y'all real soon.
Yes,
Shout out to the other
real
two.
soon, sooner than you think, for sure.
Shout out to the other two initiates. Peace to the
Yes, sir.
tribe, the collective.
Spiritual Business Academy, tap in. We growing.